Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are fine. Students, we are in unit 4, that is problem solving, and today we are going to start problem solving examples which are given in your book, and we will discuss 2 examples in today's lesson. Flowcharting examples. Example number 1, that is flowchart to make tea. As we know that the first symbol or the first thing that we put over here, that is the start symbol, which is which is also called terminal symbol. It represents the start as well as the end of the flow chart. So in the beginning of any flow chart there must be a start symbol. Now the procedure for making tea is, the first step is always boil the water. Now I have put the rectangle symbol for this purpose because boiling is a kind of process, so it should be represented by a processing symbol, that is rectangle. Boil the water, which is a process, and it is represented by rectangle because any processing step is represented by a rectangle. Add tea. Now adding tea is a kind of giving input. It's an input step and it is always represented by a parallelogram. So adding tea means adding any kind of input that is represented by a parallelogram. Add tea. Then add milk. Again it's an input operation or input step, so it is also represented by parallelogram. Then add sugar. These are the 3 inputs and they must be represented by parallelogram in a flowchart. As I told you in the previous lesson, different symbols are used for different purposes, and then I told you that for processing we use the rectangle symbol and for input and output we use the parallelogram. So here we have the 3 input statements or input operations: adding tea, adding milk and add sugar. These 3 must be represented by parallelogram. Tea is ready. So now it is an output statement. The tea is ready at the end, which is taken as an output, because in the output we must have a tea. Because in this example we are building a flow chart to make tea and the steps are given here. The first step is boiling the water, then we added some inputs which were represented by the parallelogram, and at the end the output is also represented by the same, that is parallelogram. So tea is ready, and if the tea is ready we have got the output, so at the end we put the stop symbol because our process is completed and our tea is ready. So at the end we have to put the stop symbol. So for start and stop we use the same symbol and for input output we use the same symbol, that is parallelogram, and for processing we use the rectangle symbol. Let's see the other example. Okay, second example is flowchart to make an omelette. Okay, so at the start we put the start symbol, then beat the eggs. Now beating eggs is a type of processing operation, so it is represented by rectangle. Then heat the pan with cooking oil. Now it is also a process of heating the pan with cooking oil, so it is also represented by a rectangle symbol. Now we are adding some inputs inside that pan. Pour the beaten eggs into boiled cooking oil. Now we are adding some input in the shape of beaten eggs inside that boiled cooking oil, so it is represented by parallelogram. As I told you that the input operation is always represented by a parallelogram. Again, add ingredients of your choice. it depends on you that what kind of omelette you are making. You can add onion and tomatoes, you can add green chilies and some other things inside the omelette. So it depends on you. So adding those ingredients is also a type of adding input, and it is also represented by parallelogram. Adding salt and other things, those are represented by parallelogram, because those are also type of input that we are adding in our flow chart. Then cook the eggs on both sides. Now it is a type of processing. It's a process of cooking the eggs on both sides, so it is represented by rectangle symbol. Omelette is ready. So at the end we got the omelette, and it must be represented by the parallelogram because it is an output, and as I told you that the input and output both are represented by the parallelogram. So omelette is ready, which is an output, and at the end we have to put the terminal symbol. Remember that the start and the stop symbols or the terminal symbols both are the same, and in the same way input and output symbols are the same. And for processing we use the rectangle symbol. So you just have to remember the symbols used for each and every type of operation, and this is how you can build a flowchart for any program or any process. This is just an example. Later on we will build flowcharts for programming examples. So take care, and I hope you have understood this lecture, and in the coming lessons we will solve some of the programming problems through flowcharts, and we will build the flowcharts for programs, and then you will better understand that what is the purpose of flowcharts. So students, that's it for today. If you have any question you can ask me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Computer Tuition Academy and press the bell icon for more updates. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah.